I wasn't feeling well. Initially thought I had COVID because the symptoms that I had body aches, and I ended up going to the hospital from work. I didn't know I was pregnant at this time. Like I said, I just thought I had COVID. The COVID test came back negative, but my pregnancy test came back positive. They informed me that I was 5 weeks pregnant. I went to my OBGYN the next week. I was 6 weeks pregnant. She did a thorough exam of my body, and she's like, I feel a lump in your left breast. At that time, she sent me for an ultrasound. After the ultrasound, I went for a biopsy. I went back into her office. I was 8 weeks pregnant, and that's the time I found out I had breast cancer in my left breast that was aggressive. It had already started to grow. It had already started to do its thing in there. Yeah, I wouldn't have known about the cancer if I had not been pregnant. But getting pregnant, that's what sent me to the doctor early. So that's how I found out about the cancer. Once they informed me of, my different options, of course, like I said, I decided to do the mastectomy. I had my mastectomy of my left breast just to check them to see if the cancer had gotten past them, which it didn't. The recovery for that was hard because, like I said, I was pregnant. I had just had my breast removed. The pain was there. So I ended up recovering from that, but I started having so many complications a couple of weeks after I had the mastectomy. My first round of chemo was November of 2021. I had chemo every 3 weeks from November all the way up until March, on top of being pregnant again. And then I had my baby April 8th of 2022. My last chemo session was March 7th of 2022. 3 weeks later, I had my baby, and he was perfectly fine. After I had my baby, the surgeries continued because my body again kept rejecting the implant. It kept rejecting the expander. So Dr. Yates was going in like every couple of weeks, whether it was in the office or at the hospital, and she was doing whatever procedure she had to do for the particular issue at hand. August 2022, I had my right breast removed. The implant was placed in. Again, my body was rejecting it. I still had low, my white blood count was still low from the cancer, so I wasn't healing properly. And that's when Dr. Yates presented the DIEP flap surgery. DIEP flap is basically when they remove a portion of your stomach and they build breast with that portion. And I had that done. And that was one of the only surgeries that my body said yes to. I had that done. I'm still recovering from it. I just had phase 2, September 29th. Which was going in, lifting the breast. In my case, my mastectomy, they had to leave extra skin around my breast because your skin dies off. Well, she wanted to make sure that they had extra skin to pull just in case. So phase 2 was removing all of that, lifting the breast, making sure the cancer is still, not there, didn't come back. When you have lipo, any type of surgery, you start developing pockets of fat or pockets of fluid. Every day I'm touching myself. I'm like, oh my God, is that a lump? But it's not a lump. It's like a pocket of fluid, and then it disintegrates. It's gone. It's just like your body is like adjusting to the surgery that you just had. So when I went through and I found out I had breast cancer, I have a handful of friends. I don't keep a lot of friends, but all of them went to the doctor after that. All of them. And one of my closest friends, after her going to the doctor she found out she had breast cancer, but her breast cancer was in stage 3. She was severely sick. So once they thought the breast cancer was gone, they removed her breast. The cancer and the chemo was over, the cancer appeared again in her chest. So she's going through that process right now. I honestly encourage all women, I don't care how young you are, how old you are, to get checked, because cancer is so common now. It's like the common cold. It's everywhere. It's in everything you eat. It's in vaping. It's just everywhere. It's in so many different products, and we are so not aware of it because social life right now, that's what social life is. Look, that was a scare for me, but that was also a look. You have to live life to your fullest because you never know. Like, my life literally flashed before my eyes. I was such a healthy young woman, and then I was just so sick, and I just thought that was it. I thought it was it, but then I knew I had to fight because I had this unborn baby. I got 2 other children. I have my family. I'm like, if I leave, that's just going to be selfish. If I give up, it's easy to give up in a situation like that because you become depressed. You have depressed moments, like I'm not gonna beat this. And the first thing you think of is when you think of cancer, the first thing you think of is death. I pushed through, I made it through, I'm still here, I'm healthy, and I rebuke any cancer to coming back, I rebuke it. Because I'm not going through that again. I refuse to. That cancer is one of the risks when doing that. So ladies and men, because men get breast cancer as well. While I was doing chemo, there were men there doing chemo as well because they had breast cancer. Everyone has breast tissue, so no one is excluded. But as far as the lifestyle is concerned, I highly recommend that vaping, hookah, all of that is, I know it's fun, but this is the result behind it, and that's literally fighting for your life. My story, I would love to get out. I'm not afraid to tell my story because I feel like it's helped a lot of people, and it will continue to help a lot of people. My story is also a blessing in disguise. My son, my third baby, he saved my life, literally, and that's my story. Be on the lookout for my book as well, because I'm gonna write a book. I have a testimony, and I'm a living testimony. So when that book drops, I advise all of you, everyone, to go get it, to read it, to educate themselves with it, because it didn't do anything but good in my life. Education, awareness, trials, tribulations, everything. I can say 1,000 times not to vape, not to smoke hookahs. There's so many different ways to live life and have fun while being healthy. I still live life because my life literally flashed before my eyes. So I highly recommend, have fun, enjoy life, love on your loved ones, allow them to love on you, let go of things that mean purpose in life, because you never know. Get closer to God. I don't go to church every Sunday. I don't read the Bible every night, but I talk to God through the good times and bad times. Not just when things are good, not just when things are bad. I talk to Him every day. I don't get on my knees and pray with my head down. I sit in my bed and I talk to Him. I pray in Indian style. And again, awareness, education, just be mindful of everything. Like I said, no one is excluded. No one. Throughout all of this, Coco is still having fun. Coco is still enjoying life. Coco is still loving on her loved ones. Coco is still looking good.